see she's left a bit of a lipstick mark on the rim of her cup. Yes, your cup, Jill. I don't know, Glynis. You had time to put some lipstick on, but you didn't bother with a bra. I know you've got plenty of them. What do you like, eh? I slip my ring off while I'm washing the cups and pop it on the windowsill. It's bashing the inside of Jill, and I didn't want it to scratch your mug. No, I won't leave it there. I'm just going over things in my mind, and I remember I've not got many tea bags. And as it's nearly 11:15, I'm thinking now would be the best time to nip to the VeeGee and get a few things. Yes, I'll make a list, Jill. Jill always made a list. She kept a big, long list of everything we ever buy on the fridge, and before we'd go shopping she'd tear a sheet of paper out of her notebook, the one Lisa bought her from Paper Chasing, check through the long list and make a short list of everything that we needed off the long list. That's how to be efficient and economical, she'd say. So I still do that. I do. It makes sense. And then you don't get to the shop and think, now what was it I needed? She was a clever woman, my wife, in some ways. Yes, in many ways, Jill. You're welcome. So I'm checking off the list and wondering whether I'll take the bus or walk. I'll probably walk there and bus back. And I'm asking myself, wheelie basket or just the bags for life? Just the bags it'll be today. It's only a few bits and bobs. Some toilet paper, just a 4-pack, and baked beans, the tea bags, the 2-pint thing of semi-skimmed. We used to have it delivered, just a pint every other day, but the milkman went out of business, apparently. He could deliver other things if you wanted to, potatoes, bread, eggs, orange juice. Quite a good little business, I'd have thought. But we just stuck to the milk. Just a pint every other day. He couldn't make it pay. I suppose not enough customers. I suppose. Oh yes, Julie, you're right. I do need bread and potatoes. I might buy a new jar of Gold Blend too, and perhaps some fig rolls or something. Custard creams or bourbons, perhaps. They're not on the long list, no, Jill. No. But it'd be nice to have something to offer in the cupboard, just in case. I will, Jill. I will please myself. It's quite a sizable VeeGee, ours, for a VeeGee. I suppose because it's the only supermarket within a certain radius, unless you go into Howden. It has a wider populace to support, a wider catchment area. Yeah, that's what I mean. More people. I worked on the council in the planning department for many years before I was let go. We always had to consider things like that. Not sacked. I was made redundant. Cost-saving measures, they said. Necessary economics imposed by central government. Cutbacks. Despite my years of experience, they said, me being of an older age, they thought I'd better be able to cope on the redundancy package and the employment benefit. Despite my years of service. Better able than some of the younger ones who had young families and so forth. Lisa was away then at university, and once she went, that was it. She never really came home much after that. Job straight away, and she set herself up in a little 2 up, 2 down in Hessel without any bother. Houses were quite cheap then, and was a doer-upper, she said. And then she met Dan, of course, so I think he probably ended up doing most of the doing up. He's a good lad. So, yes, Jill and we coped, especially when she got the job at the Citizens Advice Bureau. Born to it, she was, telling people what to do. Weren't you, Jill? Born to it. No, I know you didn't tell them what to do, but advising people, giving them advice, options, as it were. You were very good at that. That's all I'm saying. And I had the allotment too, of course. So that was me. My little kingdom, as it were. Town planning to flower bed planning, that was me, eh? Jill. An expert in a field. That's what she used to call me. It was a lovely thing to do, growing vegetables. Didn't have to buy them then, did we? No, I know you didn't like the radishes, but apart from that, I'd planned the potatoes for the year. First earlies, second earlies, main crop, King Edwards. I used to grow. We liked them, didn't we? Never see them in the shops now, King Edwards. No. Onions, carrots, courgettes, runner beans, broad beans, peas. I know, Jill, you found the radishes too peppery. I know. That's why I didn't grow them after that. No, I only grew them that first year. I did because you made such a fuss. I'm not being rude. So, at the VeeGee, I pick up everything on my list pretty quickly. I settle for their own brand coffee. Well, they've tried to make the jar look like Gold Blend, and well, I expect it's the same company that makes it, if truth be told. So I reckon I'll be safe with that. It's a little bit cheaper too. Jill would have gone for it, I'm sure. Wouldn't you, Jill? It's not like I'll be drinking it, so anyway. I'm heading towards the checkout, but I can see that there's a bit of a queue, so I'm just dawdling along, really. Well, I won't use the self-service. If it always goes wrong for me, if I have to get someone to come and sort it out, then they get a bit narky, like it's my fault. What's the point of a self-service thing if they have to come and sort it out every time? That's my question. Besides, Donna is on the checkout. We always have a giggle. As I'm wandering round, I find I'm checking out the baking section. It's not a big range they've got here, but they do have a little shelf of food colouring for some reason. Blue, for goodness sake, and yellows and greens and what have you. And it starts me thinking. Before long I've put a bottle of red in my basket. And one of yellow. Some Home Pride self-raising, just a small bag. Box of eggs, some caster sugar. I know, Jill, I'm feeling daring. Reckless even. Then a pack of that fondant icing that you just roll out. Oh no, wait. Marzipan. Is it marzipan they use? I wander over to the cake section, have a quick scan. They haven't got a proper Battenberg. Just some boxes of Battenberg minis. I didn't know you could get them, but there they are. And Glynis was right, they are cheap, only $1.45 for 5, Mr. Kipling. So I checked the ingredients on the back. 54% marzipan, it says, and 5% apricot filling. Filling? I hadn't even thought of that. Just as well I checked. Apricot filling, though. Jam. Jam is what they mean, isn't it, Jill? I remember Jill always used apricot jam to stick the marzipan to the Christmas cake before the icing went on. That's what they mean. So I wander back over to baking and have a scan of the shelves for some marzipan. Then pop around to the jam section and pick out a jar of Hartley's. And then Donna's free, I see. So I head over before anyone else gets in there. The other assistant lad is coming over too, just as I get there. Are you going on your break, Donna? He says. She catches my eye, though. I'll just serve Mr. Mason, Ryan, then I'll go, she says. She is lovely. She's just running everything past the scanner and she says, "Oh, doing some baking, Alec?" "Aye," I say. "Thought I might give it a try." What are you going to make?" "Oh, thought I'd try a Battenberg," I say. "Not really sure what I'm doing." "Oh, fancy," she says. "That's ambitious. Special occasion?" "Not really, just a little treat. Might take a bit round to the neighbour." "Oh, that's nice." "Well, she's on her own. She gets a bit lonely." "Oh, that's so lovely that you're looking out for her. She must be grateful to have a kind young man like you living next door." She winks at me and gives me a little smile.